Asked how Charles may have been affected by the words and accusations Harry wrote in his biography, she said, "All I can say is that has been hit hard, more than hard, in fact, as I've been told. Would be any parent. I just think it's a very sad private family matter that has become so public, and am really not sure what it was supposed to accomplish." Harry has previously been questioned about allegations that he has invaded the privacy of the royal family by publishing claims about them through various interviews, as well as his book. During the Duke of Sussex interview with Tom Bradby, which aired on ITV ahead of Spears' publication, Harry said, "I don't know how staying silent will make things better. Brothers say to you, Harry, how could you do this to me after all? After all we've been through? Wouldn't that be what he'd say?" Harry, who claimed in his book that his father begged him and William not to make their later years a pittance, replied, "He'd probably say all sorts of different things." Bradby continued, "Some people will say that he has criticized invasions of his privacy all his life and the prosecution will be here if he is invading the privacy of his nearest and dearest without permission. Now that will be the prosecution." To which the Duke replied, "That would be the accusation of people who do not understand or do not want to believe that my family has been reporting to the press." Royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams accused both Harry and his wife of openly mocking the royal family. He told Express.co.uk, "They pride themselves on maintaining control of the narrative, although the irony is that they invade the privacy of others and only get jobs because they are members of an institution that they openly mock. They are also eager to hold on to their titles," Fitzwilliams added. "If they attend the coronation, surely they must agree to cease their attacks, but if they made this promise, can they be trusted to keep their word?" Later in the ITV interview, Bradby asked Harry if he will be attending his father's coronation on May 6. "If you are invited to the coronation, will you come?" Bradby asked, to which Harry replied, "A lot can happen between now and then." The prince continued, "But, the door is always open. The ball is in his field. There's a lot to discuss and I really hope they're willing to sit down and talk about it." While Buckingham Palace hasn't confirmed a guest list for the King's coronation, it's widely understood that Harry and Meghan will be invited. Speaking on an episode of the Pod Save the King podcast this month, royal commentator Russell Myers said there has been a lot of talk about the royals expecting them to come. He added, "Obviously they will be invited, the King would not be so rude not to invite them, but people very close to the Sussexes have told me they are not yet determined to come." And Richard Palmer of the Daily Express said on last week's episode of the Royal Roundup that the Sussexes would come to the coronation as a good chance. He said, "I think while there may be a bit of weariness, I would also certainly expect the King and Queen consort to have some private discussions to try to mend the gap." There was already speculation about how Charles felt about Harry's earlier claims when Spare was published. Many suggested that a line had been crossed when the Duke launched several attacks on Queen Camilla. However, some experts have argued that Harry shouldn't be written off just yet, and that there is still a chance of reconciliation.